Hello, and welcome to today's review of The Mandalorian. Today we're going to be doing a non-spoiler review of Episode 6, The Prisoner. And I liked it. It doesn't really move the story forward as so much as it pulls it back. And what I mean by that is you get a little bit more about the Mandalorian. We don't know much about his backstory. We just know that he's old, so to speak. And he is brought back to people from his past, and they put him on a job and off they go. And there's some kind of horror aspects to it later on in the episode, and it's getting really hard not to talk spoilers in these reviews, but I'm going to do my best not to spoil the last 3 episodes here. We get more about the Mandalorian as in terms of that he's galaxy traveled, so to speak. He's been all over, he's done so many things, and I don't want to say there's myths about him, but there's definitely stories. What I really enjoy about this episode more than anything is the designs. The single episode characters that we've run into, the ones in this one have great designs. We have Ex Imperial, and I'm going to talk about him because he brings up some world building that, as a fan, I enjoyed, and it kind of was like a little bit of fan service and twisting that knife, so to speak. But you have an Ex Imperial sharpshooter, you have a Twi'lek, and I don't remember the name of the species, but in A New Hope, he was always called the Devil Guy, and he had the horns over the side, and they were all red. And these characters were played by Bill Burr, who shockingly, like I haven't seen a lot of his work that I felt convincing, but I felt that this one was convincing. I can't remember the name of the lady who played the Twi'lek, and I am fairly certain the Redskin Horn guy was played by Clancy Brown, who is an amazing actor, and you really can't tell that's who it is under the prosthetics and the makeup, and it's great. They go to pick up a New Republic prison ship. They go and do this job to free a prisoner. Though I couldn't tell, maybe that was Clancy Brown, but I don't think so. He just seemed a little short for Clancy Brown. But either way, this episode gives us more about the history of the Mandalorian without giving the history of the Mandalorian, and it doesn't really move the story forward. And we didn't get a nice, cool sneak peek Easter egg hint thing like we did in the last episode. We see that the New Republic is firmly in control of the galaxy. I believe this is set 5 or 6 years after Return of the Jedi. And what's really neat is about when they show us that the New Republic is in control, they do it by a squad, a wing of X-Wings that are piloted by directors Dave Filoni, Rick Famuyiwa, and Deborah Chow. It's a cool little Easter egg that if you didn't know their face, you wouldn't know it. But Dave Filoni is he's so well known within the series as, well, the creator of Rebels and the creator of co-creator of Clone Wars and Star Wars Resistance, that unless you've had your head hidden under a rock, if you've followed Star Wars for any length of time, you'll know his face, you'll know his voice. I had to look through the credits to make sure I knew that it was this episode's director, Rick Famuyiwa, and episode 3's director, Deborah Chow, who is doing the Obi-Wan series. It was all right. I don't get the overall plot of the series right now, and that's making it hard for me to invest. Like, they're great as single stories. You have episode 1 and 2. They're one single story, and then 3, 4, 5, and now 6 are all separate, not building the overarching story about what's going on with Amando, what's going on with his cargo that he picked up in episode 1. Are they still being chased by the Imperial Remnant? Or everybody that Mando comes across is going to stab him in the back, except for Gina Carano's character? I just have more questions than I have answers right now. And we got, let's see, these episodes are between half an hour and 45 minutes, so we got at most an hour and a half left of these, left in this series, this season, that I don't think I should be having these questions. I feel like I should be going, that I should know exactly what's going on with the overarching story. And I don't. It feels like, and it's not really a slight, but I think it's a fair criticism. I feel like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau got their Star Wars toys out and went, oh, let's do this story, let's do that story. And it just is what it is, but it's confusing right now. I wouldn't say skip this episode because I really enjoyed it as a standalone, but it really doesn't help with the overall feeling of the series. With that being said, and as the background noise kicks into high gear, if you enjoy my content, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you've been thinking of The Mandalorian so far, or even if you do have Disney Plus. But, as always, have a great night.